Are you fatigued? Like, are you exhausted? Are you overwhelmed? And maybe you're finding that your fatigue happens at certain times of the day, but not others. Maybe you're self medicating with coffee or sugar later in the day, and maybe just trying to function. I want you need to know that there are natural solutions to get to the bottom of your fatigue. Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Hecker with Enlightened Functional Medicine. Let's chat a bit about if functional medicine can actually help fatigue. So the first thing is we need to look at the big picture. This is the beautiful thing that functional medicine does is it looks at the big picture. We need to assess one, if your food intake is appropriate, if the how what you're eating breaks down accordingly and it's not really impacting your carbohydrates, or if it is helping stabilize your blood sugar or helping with your fat content. So food breaks down into three things called macronutrients: protein, fat, and carbs. What is your intake? What are you doing? If you're fatigued, what is the ratio of your protein to fat to carbs? So we got to look at the food piece. So need to look at the macros. The other thing is we have to run appropriate labs to see what's going on with your fatigue. And this is where you typically rely on your medical doctor to run the right tests for you. There's a few of them that are more commonly tested, but there are some of them that are not looked at in detail. So a few of them that I like to look at in the functional medicine sense is we need to look at an iron panel, a full iron panel, meaning we need to look at iron, we need to look at saturation, we need to look at ferritin to see if that iron is getting into the cell. Okay. The other thing we need to look at is what's your B vitamin status. Are you fatigued because you don't have the right nutrients getting into your tissue? We can check that out in functional medicine. We also need to look at liver function. What is your homocysteine level? What is your liver doing? Is it methylating properly? Is that why you're fatigued? Is it because your methylation and your detox pathways are not the best they could be? So we also need to consider blood sugar. This is almost number one that I like to look at is what is going on with insulin? What's going on with lactodehydrogenase? That tells us if there's certain things that are going up and down, if you're more hypo versus hyperglycemic in what you're eating, and glucose, of course. What's going on with your glucose can tell us many things about your adrenals and about what you're choosing to put in your body. So there's certain tests that we can do to look at that. We also need to look at lifestyle. Within functional medicine, we look at lifestyle changes in such things such as a sleep schedule. Are you getting adequate sleep? Are you going outside and getting sun? Are you exercising appropriately for your needs? What else is going on? Are you doing the right mindset? The whole picture needs to take a glance. We need to look at the big picture of what's going on with your fatigue, what's causing your fatigue. It's one of the most common things that I see in functional medicine. What's your water intake? What type of water are you drinking? Is it mineral dense or is it stripped of minerals? And are you putting those minerals back into your body with the water that you drink, the things you put into your body, or the food that you're choosing to eat? These are things that we all need to consider when it comes to looking at fatigue. What is your alcohol intake and how frequent are you drinking? Are you drinking a lot? Not enough? Not enough. Or too much. So all of these are different parts that we need to look at functional medicine to figure out what's going on with your fatigue. If some of these have not been checked with you before, maybe consider looking into functional medicine. I'm Dr. Emily Hecker. Thanks for tuning in.